guys, it's Britt tonight. We're here to talk about James Charles. He is currently going viral yet again for all of the terrible things that he has done during his time being an influencer and just a bad person overall. But I want to talk for a few, and I specifically want to cover years from now when social media is what it is, 50, 60 years from now, because as we know, social media is not going away, it's only going to grow. What are people in the future going to think about James Charles in the way that everything has unfolded with him over the past few years, in the way that he's been allowed to remain relevant and very, very well rewarded for continuing to be online? So I had a few thoughts. If you're interested, please keep watching. I love you. All right, you guys, so as I said in the intro to this video, Ethan is one of the victims of James Charles. He was approached by James when he was around the age of 14. He has made more current content surrounding that. I might include one or two of those videos for context, but I don't think we need to go down the entire laundry list of all of the bad things that James has done, because it's been well documented. And if you aren't aware, there are plenty of sites to source and places that you can go into some very dark rabbit holes.
My name is Ethan Rhett, and if you don't know me, maybe this will help you out once again. So when I was 14 years old, TikTok kind of became like my escape. And then suddenly, I kind of blew up on TikTok. It was kind of like a kid's dream. People started paying attention to me. People were supporting me. It was everything I could ask for. I felt happy again after leaning towards that for my happiness, which doesn't sound good, but if you get what I mean, you get what I mean. So anyways, and then something crazy happened. James Charles commented and liked one of my videos. At that age and at that moment, it was crazy. It was pretty freaking cool. It's like I accomplished something, like, oh wow, a big creator is seeing me. Like, I'm being put out to this person's page. I was not a fan of James Charles, but I knew who he was. I didn't really watch his videos or anything like that, but yeah, you're gonna know who that is. It's one of the biggest creators at the time. I was super shocked. I was super happy, and honestly, I could probably say I was proud. Not long after he messaged me, hey, I responded almost immediately. Who wouldn't respond? It was exciting, but that excitement did not last long at all. The fun didn't last long at all. It honestly came crashing down just as quick as it all happened. And I've already talked about this before. Hold on, I'm sorry. Anyways, months ago, I tried to talk about the situation once again, but it all came crashing down. I was getting threats, not just towards me, but to my family as well. People were messaging my family. People were calling me closeted. People were just doing some pretty mean things. And on top of that, my videos got taken down once again. So I said, you know what, I'm done and I'm over it. No one believed me, and everyone thought I was just making something up, which is my fault because I never showed as much proof as I do have, and that's what I'm going to do now. Conversations that I've had with my lawyers via email and conversations I've had with, the detective in that state at the time, I kept to myself because, that's not just my privacy. Those people have families as well, and I didn't want to get them involved. But why should I protect people who never protected me? So I'm going to be speaking about it, and I'm going to be going deeper into it, deeper than I've ever been, with proof of me having conversations with my lawyers and emails and just everything else. I'm not doing this for the drama. I'm not doing this for the attention, but I'm doing this because the threats and the silence have gone on way too far, and my story deserves to be told in the full truth without hiding anything or backing down from anything anymore. So what I'm going to do now is pull up the clip of me kind of first talking about it and getting y'all to understand the full story, and then after that clip is over, I'm going to be coming back and showing y'all the receipts of the lawyers I have and the proof of me being in contact with the Frisco Police Department and just everything else. So please just take time out of your day to watch this video. Even if you hate me and you don't believe me, please just try to understand where I'm coming from, and please let me show you the proof that I have.
When I saw that Ethan was talking about his experience with James as of the last, 48 hours or so specifically, I wanted to hop over and see what James is up to. And aside from, posting just his typical like thirst trap kind of content, he shared that he took his family to Australia for Thanksgiving, upgraded them to first class, and is, staying at the best hotel and having the best experience. And I think about that. And I think about how he has been so well documented as being absurdly intimate via DM and, sending snaps back and forth and engaging with his underage fans. Current day, closing out 2025, he is allowed to be able to afford to fly his family across the globe to Australia for Thanksgiving and stay in the finest of hotels, be on, first class flights. And the internet has just allowed this to happen. They have allowed this person to remain relevant and remain very financially successful based off of what they're making simply by posting online. And I'm not talking about, brand deals or anything like that. I'm just talking about him making millions and millions of dollars off of going viral on social media and getting attention and positive engagement on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. Social media has allowed that to happen. And sometimes because I cover these kinds of things that happen on social media, especially when they're so well documented, we're not talking about some little, tit for tat that two people got into and it's nobody really talked about it. Something like a James Charles, a Shane Dawson, a Colleen Ballinger, even family vloggers using their kids like the Ace family, 8 Passengers, the LeBrant fam. There are so many to go over. When these situations are so well documented and covered, I wonder what people years from now are going to think about people like James. I hope that 50, 60, 70 years from now, they look back and think, why was he still allowed to exist in the manner that he was allowed to exist in, following all of these underage, at the time, underage boys for, coming forward with their stories. Those stories were shared, and James was allowed to deny, deflect, you know, not take any accountability. He was also never held legally responsible for what he did, which, as a reminder, what he did was illegal. You are not to be exchanging these kinds of texts or snaps or DMs or whatever with minors. And Ethan specifically was pretty well known when all of this happened. It would have taken 2 seconds to Google and find out that he was literally 14 years old, because he was also a growing content creator. James knew it. He knew it with multiple different boys that he was interacting with, and he continued to do it anyway because he felt like he was in control and nothing would ever be exposed. And if it was, which he kind of proved everyone right, he would be allowed to just continue to go on with business as usual, which that alone is an unhinged reality that I have seen unfold over the past few years when it comes to him and what he did. Now, aside from James flaunting his super luxurious lifestyle and all the things that he's able to blow his money on, he's also been doing angel tree shopping. And there have been some people that say it's performative, it's fake when influencers that are super wealthy do these videos. Here's how I feel about it. I don't like James and I don't like most influencers, to be honest. But if children are having their wish list fulfilled because of an influencer or somebody that is able to check all the boxes and make this kid's Christmas a dream come true, I am here for that. Performative, not performative, I'm here for the kids. I'm here for the kids that are in such bad positions that they had to fill out a wish list and hope that somebody was able to buy some or all of the items that they were asking for. I personally believe that the only way that James could have even thought about making a comeback and gain any respect from anybody who is aware of all of the disgusting things that he was doing would have had to throw out all the content creating that he's been doing for years and dedicate his life, his time, and his money to helping those in need. And maybe then people would have said, okay, well, he's totally a different person, not this annoying influencer that's doing first class flights and being arrogant and bratty all over social media. Maybe that could have happened, but that's not what he did. And now it's being discussed yet again. The last thing I want to say to close this video out is that it is very difficult for a man now like Ethan, because he is now an adult. It is extremely difficult for a man or a woman, either or, to come forth and have all of this be on the internet. They're being mistreated and being groomed or, coerced in some ways. For that part of their life to be on the internet forever is extremely difficult. And to unpack those feelings, whether some or all or none, is also very difficult. So I will link Ethan's TikTok down below, but I'm glad that he has a lot of people rallying around him to support continuously and continue to remind everyone that James Charles is a deplorable person. The very last thing I want to say at the end of this video, I promise, is that I know my sound has been not so great over the last few videos, and I'm pretty sure my mic or my receiver or both are just going dead. Like, I've had them since 2021, and as y'all know, I post pretty much every day. I certainly use both of them a lot, but I do have a new setup coming, so please be patient. It will hopefully be a lot better here in the coming days, but I appreciate y'all. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment, and if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.